Hello, all, and welcome to another edition of Roddy Reviews. Woke you up there, I know. Today we're going to be reviewing Djesse Volume 3, which is an album by Jacob Collier, multi-instrumentalist, multi-genreist, I guess. He does a lot in different genres and stuff. And Volume 3 is more on, R&B, it's hard to explain, but Jacob Collier explains it as it's like his negative harmony side of things. So, it's a lot of weird stuff, a lot of electronic stuff, unusual type of instrumentation. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to get right into it. We're going to go track by track, and like I've done in my past reviews, give individual scores, for each track. So let's get into it. Let's go. Track number 1. We have Clarity, which is stylized in all caps for the title. It's a great introduction to the album. It uses sounds from the rest of the album, which I found really cool. I believe from every track in the album, it sort of samples it and, does different things with it, which is really awesome, and it prepares you really well for what's to come. And the rest of the album, it's short, it's crazy, it's bombastic, it's glitchy, which I'm going to be using that word a lot, glitchy, in the review. Solid 8.1, solid opener, and it's a great transition into track number 2, which is Count the People, featuring Jessie Reyez and T-Pain. It's a great chorus by Jessie Reyez, so just really, I like the lyrics, and I also just like her voice, how it sounds. Jacob's rap is hilarious to me in a good way. It's so Jacob Collier. It's really fast, but it's got that like grime style, which Grimes is like a UK type of rap, but it's faster than a lot of stuff in that style. It's really good. It's really crazy. It's pure Jacob Collier. And then T-Pain comes in later on. At first, whenever I first listened to the album, I didn't really think T-Pain's inclusion was all too necessary, but upon further listens, I'm like, yeah, I like his contributions. And we can't go through the song without talking about that break, the like dubstep instrumental type break with the banjo, which is definitely a highlight. Really good, really just peak Jacob Collier, just in the middle of like a dubstep breakdown, having a banjo come in. It's awesome. And that's why I'm giving that track a 9.293 out of 10. 9.293 out of 10. Moving straight along to track number 3, In My Bones. This came out as a single before, the whole record was released, and from the moment I heard the single, I really enjoyed it. It's got great features. That's what I'm trying to say. Great features from Kimbra, and then Tank and the Bangas, which I assume the person rapping is Tank, but Tank and the Bangas. Kimbra's voice works really well with the song. I really like, the key it's in. It's like in a half key, or a fraction of a key type thing, not completely in one way or the other, and that's really cool. It's groovy, it's weird, it's experimental, I would say. Bass guitar throughout really adds a lot. There's a good bass guitar parts in the song, and for me, Jacob's rap is hilarious. His like high pitched, not rap, but his high pitched verse before Tank and the Bangas comes in is hilarious, and her verse is really good. It really fits the song. One of my favorite Jacob Collier songs, probably. Giving it a 9.891 out of 10. It's really good, really high up there. Quick break for all you drink enthusiasts that keep up with what I drink in every video. Coke Zero for today. So, not sponsored, not trying to speak negatively of anything besides it. But, yeah, that's what we're drinking today. Cleansing the palate with. Moving on to track number 4, Time Alone With You. This features Daniel Caesar, and his voice just works so well with what, this feeling that Jacob Collier has created. His voice fits perfectly. Jacob Collier's little high, he's a beautiful Sunday morning, whatever, that was not it at all, but those type of things are, again, it's like it makes me laugh, and it's good, like I'm like, that's pretty good, that's funny, but that's pretty good. It's probably the most mainstream, along with All I Need, which is the next track we'll get to. Probably the most mainstream Jacob Collier song. It has the most listens, at least on Spotify. Not sponsored, not trying to knock any other music streaming platform. But at least on Spotify, it's got 11 million listens, which is very high for, Jacob Collier type of thing. So it's more digestible, I guess. The progression of the song works really well. That ending part with the "Who's that? The most beautiful girl," that whole part really well. Sonically sound throughout. Giving it a 9.1629 out of 10. All right. There's one with a lot of numbers. That's what I'm talking about. Track number 5, "All I Need," which features Mahalia and Ty Dolla $ign. It's such a good groove. The bass is so good throughout. Mahalia's voice is just awesome. One criticism probably would be not the addition of Ty Dolla $ign, but I wanted there to be more of him than there were. There was just like a short snippet, and then his voice was like layered onto other people's. But yeah, I could have used more Ty Dolla $ign, but it's not really a necessary addition. But Mahalia is great, sounds amazing on this song, wonderful, and again sonically very sound. And the chorus just has this great feeling to it, especially when it comes in later. Yeah, so All I Need, giving that a 9.543 out of 10. Really good. And that was another single. I don't think I mentioned that. That was another single along with Time Alone with You. Next, we have number 6 on the track list, "In Too Deep." And in my opinion, this is the best Jacob Collier himself has sounded vocally on a song of his. At least on this album. Let me back that. I'm going to back that up. At least on this album, because what's the last one of Djesse Volume 2? "Rest Your Weary Head" probably beats it. But "In Too Deep," the beginning, with that like low, "So you got me thinking," right? It's just awesome. And then this features Kiana Lede. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Lede. Might not be, but I think I am. Her voice, like I've said about pretty much all the features so far, her voice fits perfectly. Sounds great. Bass. So yeah, the bass is really good. And then at the end, that like fade out with the counting sheep, repeated sort of line, it's just great and extremely relaxing at the end, especially after a lot of bombastic stuff up to this point. 9.2 out of 10. All right, moving on. Track number 7, we have "Butterflies," which it's hard to explain. It's not really tangible, but the vibe you get when it first comes in is just amazing, and it sort of makes you feel like you're falling, but you're floating. Or maybe it makes you feel like butterflies, which I guess that's why I call butterflies. It's called butterflies. But it's like that falling through time feeling, which isn't really tangible, but I don't know. That's what I got from it. And it's definitely the latter half, that like glitchy section, which I mentioned earlier, like where it feels like it's glitching out, is just awesome, especially with it, this great melody being over it. 9.093 out of 10 for that one. 9.093 out of 10 for "Butterflies." Next, track number 8, we have "Sleeping on My Dreams." And this was not a single, and it came straight from the album. And I say that because this has probably grown to be my favorite track on the record, period. I just love, it's hard to explain, but at the very beginning you have this like anvil type of sound, percussive sound, and it's like microtonal, like and it reoccurs throughout. But just that, coupled with the verse, it's more of a chill verse, relaxed verse, Jacob's lyrics and his voice in those verses. The transitions into the chorus, the whole like, "My bed is made up," right? It's like more classical type of thing. And then the chorus, it comes in with those like 80s synths. They're like, right? In that chorus, which is really awesome. Just great. And then later on in the track, you've got like the chill, dream-like thing with the harp going on. It's just great. One of my favorites. My favorite, actually, from this album. Giving that one a 9.917 out of 10. Not much that I could say about that at all, so I'm not going to. Next, we have "Running Out of Love," featuring Tori Kelly, which is track number 9. And here's the thing. I like Tori Kelly's voice. Great Tori Kelly. I love her voice on the track. I love the like more spaced out instrumentation, especially after "Butterflies" and sleeping on my dreams, right? Those are very compact, dense with a lot of stuff going on. And so Running Out of Love is more spaced out. There's more room instrumentally, and I really enjoy that. However, for some reason, this one doesn't click for me. This is the one that doesn't click for me. It came out as a single like a week before the album hit. I didn't really enjoy it then. It just doesn't click. I don't know why. There's something that's, I really like the groove too. It's hard to explain. It's not tangible. Like, music isn't tangible for the most part, or hopefully. But regardless, so I'm going to give that one a 7.5499 out of 10, which is my lowest score on this album. But 7.5499 is not a bad score by any means, so keep that in mind. All right, next we have track number 10, which is Light It Up on Me, which this definitely feeds into what I've been talking about with the glitchiness, that glitchy type of feeling. This is more experimental and digital. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Clarity. Sounds different, but that type of thing. Especially halfway through, it really starts, getting on that glitchy thing. And then towards the end, the vocal part, which leads you into He Won't Hold You Very Well, which is the next track. But that vocal part, which is actually the beginning of Jacob Collier's part of Moon River reverse, is pretty awesome, which that's a little fun fact for you. I guess if you've been listening to the album, you didn't know that. The vocal part at the end of Light It Up on Me is Moon River. They're Jacob's part in Moon River, the beginning of it reversed, which is really cool. But yeah, it's a great little glitchy tune. Give it an 8.56 out of 10. Pretty good. Next, we have track 11, which is He Won't Hold You, which features Rhapsody. This one came out as a single before the album, and this one has grown on me a lot. At first, I'm like, whatever. But it has really grown on me a lot. It has grown to become one of my favorites. I think, again, it's perfectly placed right after Light It Up on Me. It sort of gives you respite from that glitchy type of feeling. Rhapsody's verse, her rap, and also it's spelled Rapsody, like Rhapsody, which I think is pretty funny. But her rap or spoken word type thing really fits well, really great lyrically. I just like the way her voice sounds, and it's great with this song. And the choruses just sound heavenly and serene, especially the ending too, which leads into the last track. But yeah, I got to give that one a 9.791 out of 10. Really good stuff going on. Really enjoy it. Track number 12, which is the final track, is To Sleep. This is the last track on the album, and it's very much it's got this meditative type of thing going on. It's a meditative track. And I love the my voice got weird there. I love the repeated use of a melody, of the same melody, right? Repeating the same melody over and over, which Jacob Collier doesn't do a lot. Definitely hasn't done in this album specifically. So just using that and then doing crazy things under it, and it gives you that feeling that you're floating off to dreamland or, to a dreamscape of some sort. It's really good. I like that trance-like state. It's really good to close the album too, because of the journey it takes, and I think it ends very fittingly. So I'm going to give that an 8.33 out of 10. And that's just the only reason it's not 9 something is because out of context of the album, I don't think it would work as well. Maybe if you using it to go to sleep, which is what it's named for, so that would be fair. But it's not you can't pluck it out like a lot of the others. Overall, great album. Really enjoyed it. Might be my favorite Jacob Collier album. I don't know. I would have to do a Jacob Collier ranks or something, where I would rank the albums to figure that out. But it's definitely a good one. I don't want to place any type of statement on that, but it's definitely really good. My score is a 9.69. Nice, I know. Score for this record. It's just really great. I really enjoyed it. It takes you on a journey. It has, the glitching thing happening throughout. Just good stuff from Jacob Collier. So, like the video. Go down there, press that like button. Somewhere down there, smash that like button. You know how it goes. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, hello, this message is specifically for you if you are not subscribed. I want you to take your, if you're using your phone, your finger, if you're using a computer or a laptop of some sort, your trackpad or mouse, or if you're watching on a gaming system, get your controller, something, get your remote, some type of thing. I want you to hit that subscribe button, all right? Let's go ahead and give that a little tap. It won't hurt you, a little tap. And then also, you know what's coming. Some of you already know what's coming next. I got to prepare for it. I got to cleanse my palate. What's that? I hear something in the distance. What's that in the distance? Oh, it's the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Yeah. So hit that bell beside the subscriber thing to be notified anytime I post a video, which might be few and far between. Who knows? This is my first video in a while, so I don't know if this means I'm going to be doing them again. I don't know. The world's screwed up right now, and there's so many things happening in I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Like, that's how little I know about my life. Next week I could be in a completely different situation. So my life, I'm just rolling with the punches. And I know a lot of you are too. I'm not trying to trivialize anyone else's experiences or make mine that important. But so yeah, that's it. Djesse Volume 3, Jacob Collier, 9.69 out of 10. And you know what they say.